Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 5, Episode 18, Course Oblivion, which is one of the few episodes that have a colon in it. So anyway, this episode I did not like. I think most people really like it because they think it's interesting and they think it's like meta and it breaks the mold, which is kind of funny because if you go back to the episode where the Doctor is 700 years in the future, I loved that episode. But if you watch my review, I even say, I don't even know why I like this. I just really like it. This one is kind of the same type of episode, but I don't like it. I couldn't get into it. By the time we got to the very end, I was like, thank God it's over, because it doesn't make sense. So it starts out very basic, where we see Tom and B'Elanna getting married. And you're like, that's kind of different. I guess it makes sense, but whatever. And when Janeway's doing it, she says, Lieutenant Thomas Eugene Paris. And I was like, he got demoted. Did he get promoted just to get married? Because that would have been great. I missed out. And sure enough, you realize, and one of the only line I absolutely really liked in this episode is B'Elanna throws the bouquet and Seven catches it. And B'Elanna's like, congratulations! And she's like, for what? And Tuvok, the Vulcan, is like, you may not want to know. And I was like, oh wow, Tuvok's got sass. It was actually pretty funny. I really, like that one scene. I was like, okay, that's a good scene. I like that. So the episode, we slowly start to watch Voyager have molecular breakdown, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Are they gonna, is it some sort of weird space? Is it an alien? What's happening? Did Harry sleep with another alien? And, slowly, Tuvok and Chakotay are going through, the past, and they're like, 6 months ago, we encountered this species. And it's like, I don't remember that one. 8 months ago, we encountered this species. No, I as a viewer who's binge watching this series, I was like, I don't remember that one at all. Oh, go figure. We never met them. And finally, he's like, 10 months and 11 days, we encountered the Demon-class planet. And I was like, are you kidding me? We're back to the Demon-class planet? No, they're going to be the duplicates. Hey, guess what? This whole episode, it's about the duplicates. Voyager's not really even in it. So we realize about halfway through, it's not even a big twist, that this whole Voyager crew is the duplicates that Janeway allowed for the Demon-class planet, the silver blood creature, to make of her crew. Now, if you remember from that episode, they could only breathe, 500 Kelvin degrees. They could only survive on that planet. And whenever they tried to breathe oxygen, they started to die. Well, evidently they found a way around that and created their own Voyager and went into space. All within 10 months. And they forgot they were duplicates. How fucking convenient is that? So overall, they realized that they're all duplicates. The Doctor's a duplicate hologram, Voyager's a duplicate, everybody's a duplicate. And that even though they've been traveling for X amount of months at this point, even though they've been alive for only 10 months at this point, their molecular breakdown, their molecular cells have started breaking down. And they need to find another, Y-class planet? Another Demon-class planet. Of course they do find one, but it's already inhabited. So finally Janeway's like, okay, turn the ship around, let's go back home. But by this point, they've been traveling for so long that they're actually slowly dying. Everybody's dying at this point. So by this point, I'm done with this episode. I'm done with the story, because I'm like, how do you forget your entire heritage? You've only been alive for less than 10 months, and you've built a ship, you've built a crew, and you've traveled through space, and oh yeah, I forgot, we're not even real. We're just duplicates. This whole episode doesn't make sense. At one point, even Janeway dies, and it's basically Seven and Harry that are only alive on the ship. And they use slipstream drive technology or something like that was going to get them home in less than 2 years. But now they have to go the opposite direction, and they find the real Voyager, which doesn't make sense because I guess it does make sense, because every episode of Voyager is them slowing down to encounter some species and get yelled at. So, of course, the duplicate species is going to get further ahead than the actual crew. But before they get to the real crew, like, they dissolve and become like this giant puddle in space. But not only that, but it's super depressing because they put together like this time capsule with all of their personal logs and all of the stuff that they found and all of that. But then it gets erased magically right before they see Voyager, and then the entire ship dissolves. And Janeway's like, oh, weird, there's a giant silver puddle in space. Oh, well, let's just keep going to the Alpha Quadrant. And this whole episode is about a duplicate crew that we know nothing about and we will never learn about them. And that's it. The end. The real Voyager just keeps continuing on their journey. Like, I realize a lot of people really enjoy this episode, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be like, you're completely wrong. This episode's amazing. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Like, if you skipped this episode, you wouldn't miss anything because nothing actually affects the crew. Like, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. For those who have seen it, what did you guys think? What did you think about the Tom and B'Elanna marriage? What did you think about, like, Harry basically becoming in charge? And what did you think about seeing the duplicate crew return to the series? Go ahead, let me know. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for The Fight.